On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Dwight!
Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It's all over the Chicago Bulls.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
I'm ready. Are y'all ready? I don't have my full voice, so forgive me well in advance, but I have a voice enough to do this. Good morning. Welcome to the half asleep manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. All my rowdy friends will join me in just a moment. Like the Playmaker. He said, I need to join you all 3 days this week because Thursday is Thanksgiving, Friday's the day after Thanksgiving, and on those 2 days, you'll have the best of. Now, speaking of my rowdy friends, the city I'm sorry. Cole Johnson is
Dang, both of y'all are like tired this morning. Jeez.
I just literally woke up. Congratulations are in order to the Toronto Argonauts. Dynasty denied. The Argonauts beat the then defending two-time Grey Cup champion Winnipeg Blue Bombers 24-23. And it was a missed extra point that got Toronto the win. And not only that, a quarterback came off the bench with the last name of Kelly, Chad Kelly, former Mississippi star, came in for an injured McLeod Bethel Thompson and guided the Argonauts to the comeback win. Can anybody say Jeff Hostetler? So our congratulations to the Toronto Argonauts. Hey, Pizzle with this morning.
Birthday in the chat? Do we have a birthday in the
Rod
chat?
West is celebrating his 30th birthday today. Happy birthday, Big Rod.
Birthday.
Hope you enjoy it. Good morning, Manic Monday Crazies. Good morning to you, Victor. Good morning to Sick Diggy. Okay, Playmaker. Since you're here with us all 3 days this week, and since I see the steam coming out of your ears,
Ain't no steam coming out of my ears.
Yet.
It's just funny. It's just funny how
Ain't no steam yet coming out of his ears.
Oh no, you know why ain't no steam coming out?
It's coming out of his ears. I can see it.
Yeah, I can tell you why. Because guess
Why?
what? I peruse social media.
Oh, jeez.
Lord.
That's how we start our Monday?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So you peruse social media.
I peruse social media. I went back
He
into
told
my
you to quit
RAM.
that.
No, I told y'all to quit that. And Wise told y'all to quit that. But I went back into my
We
RAM.
told you to quit that too.
I went back into my RAM school, and guess what the talk is now?
Oh, dear.
Oh, get rid of Stafford?
The talk is
No. What did I say last week?
bye-bye McCarthy.
I sat here and said
Bye-bye McVay.
I said
McCarthy.
here and say that we look like the worst defending Super Bowl champions ever.
I won't say ever, but it's getting.
But what changed in the week now? Everybody's now speaking my language now. What happened on Facebook? I just want to know.
They
You
finally
lost
watched the game and
you
saw the evidence.
Your team lost to a porous Saints squad.
Very porous.
I mean, I said this after we lost to Tampa Bay in Arizona.
See, For some reason, they seem to respect Arizona. I guess. I mean, the fandom, and definitely they respect Tampa. They figured that
Why?
the Saints would be a cakewalk.
What the hell are they respecting those two teams for?
Well,
Oh, so see, this is what happens.
one of those two teams, unfortunately, has
This is what happens
the
when you
famed goat on it.
When you don't go back to your history, because as most people know who listen to Ramley talk, no, this is the first time we actually faced the Saints since that epic NFC Championship game took place in that same building.
2018. Yep, 2018.
In the Superdome.
Which most people still feel like we shouldn't have won that game. But I always say Drew Brees got the ball in overtime. He just didn't do nothing with it. So
wow. So it's been almost 4 years since they played in the Superdome last. Wow.
I will make a statement that backs up Playmaker's statement. In fact, I'll double down by saying this, and Cole has heard me say it on this program. Drew Brees left 28 points on the table in the NFC Championship. Period. Drew Brees left 28 points on the table.
I said it was a pass.
Yeah, they set up a field goals.
But my thing was, I said, damn, Drew Brees getting the ball in overtime. God, no, we finna lose. That's the worst thing that could happen. But Dante Fowler had other plans.
Actually, that was the best thing that could have happened. But what the hell happened yesterday in the Superdome? That's my question.
See, I was at work and then looking at reading the comments and the posters and whatnot.
You were at work?
I had to go to the brand page to post on in other groups. I said, "Did the Rams just throw in the towel?" Yep. I got nothing but yep. I said, "Oh, okay." No. Because I didn't see the game. I was at work.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous. How dare you? How dare you say such a thing?
Well, I actually understand because I've been there, but 27-20, the final score in the Superdome yesterday. The Saints defeat the Rams. And my next 4 words to the Playmaker, the Rams are toast.
I said that before you even got to that point.
Okay, then I'll say it again. The Rams are toasted. I hate saying it about Super Bowl champions, but opening night against Buffalo told me everything I needed to know about the Rams.
It wasn't opening night that did it in.
Which game was that for you?
Probably the home against the 49ers, I would say.
No. The Cowboys game.
Oh, when you surrendered a 22-10 L.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of L's.
And then it finally put the nail in the coffin when we got to Tampa Bay. Because
Speaking
you had the lead in that game.
Yep. They've led in most of their games. They led twice against San Francisco and lost both of those games by double digits. Speaking of L's, we're going to have Ryan McCoffey on here in about 6 minutes.
Oh, my
And I'm going to warn y'all right now, and I say this playfully, he's going to be quite drunk.
If he asks for receipts now. I didn't think so.
You know who listen, you know a fan base who should not ask for receipts ever again? The Chicago Bears. Because Justin Fields is finito. I said it when they drafted him. I will say it now. The Chicago Bears and Justin Fields are finished.
I think me and Cole have said this often, and I don't think people are catching on to it. When your quarterback is your leading rusher, that is a problem.
That's a huge issue.
Haven't we said that before?
That is a huge issue. You should not have your quarterback not only be the leading rusher, but to also, in Justin Fields' case, get the most carries in a game.
Let's see. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Because eventually a defense will tear that quarterback down.
And Justin Fields yesterday got torn to shreds.
And it's not that we want it, and it's not that we wish it for
We're
to pray.
No, we're not wishing that at all on
My
him.
question is this: Did David Montgomery fall off a cliff or something? Because I do recall 2 years ago he was 1,000-yard rusher.
You know who fell off a cliff? The Chicago Bears brass.
They actually were on a cliff.
Okay, here's how I explain Chicago Bears fandom, and I've made this comparison before. I compare Chicago Bears fans like to Chicago Cub fans. Eternally optimistic, refuse to look at reality, and then fall off the wagon once reality decides to sock him in the nose and kick him in the ass. I said when Justin Fields was drafted, and I got flack for this. When Justin Fields was drafted, I said, what the hell are y'all drafting him for? Oh, I uttered some cuss words. Because Bears fans, no, there's realistic Bears fans, and then there's Bears fans that act like Cowboys, Vikings, and Cub fans.
Oh, you mean ones that have no clue. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I
put Viking fans, Viking fans in that bunch after what the hell happened yesterday at US Bank Stadium, which sent the great Paul Allen into tears and hysterics.
Whew.
They don't want to look at reality. And the reality is, and Victor, I love you for this statement. What good? I love you for this question. I beg your pardon. What good is it for Justin Fields to do what he does when there's nothing but mannequins in front of him?
I told you that you can never trust Kirk. Oh, we're talking about a different team. Sorry about that.
Can we ask Kirk Cousins that question? Because that offensive line looked like they want no parts of Dallas' defensive line.
Now, we have a partner, both Brian and myself, who is an ardent Bears fan. And he basically explains it away as saying that they told Justin that we're going to be building around you. It's going to be rough. There's going to be some bumpy spots, but stay the course and stay the course, and we're going to be better. And
okay.
I equated that to
build around him.
I equated that to when the Cowboys drafted Aikman back in '89, and I said he came to a team that had nothing. They had no offensive line. They barely had a defense. They had no weapons of which to speak besides Michael Irvin. Yeah, because remember, Emmitt Smith was drafted the next year.
Yeah, but Emmitt Smith was drafted,
and
they also
and all they had was just draft picks. That's the only thing they really had.
And
they did Jimmy Johnson. So
one of the draft picks that they used was one Darryl Johnston.
Mm-hmm. And
okay, here's the difference between the Cowboys led by Jimmy Johnson and the Bears led by nobody. Jimmy Johnson had a little 4-letter word we like to call a plan.
I was going to say brain.
5-year plan that actually came to fruition 2 years earlier.
To fruition in 3 years.
3 years. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say brain, but plan works.
Hey, we know Jimmy Johnson had a brain and Jerry Jones doesn't. Because if Jerry Jones had a brain, he wouldn't have fired Jimmy Johnson.
And Denver wouldn't have fired him. Denver wouldn't have fired him after the April after winning his second straight Super Bowl.
After winning their second straight Super Bowl, Super Bowl 28, when they trounced Buffalo again, and you let him walk.
So
stupid. They stupidly let him walk. The difference between that bunch and what I'm seeing in my hometown of Chicago. There is no
plan do they execute?
Plan in sight.
There's no brains. So I'm using a damn brain.
So our friend who ardent Bears fan again, he says they're trying to stockpile draft picks and they're trying to do it that way. Well, doing it similar to how the Cowboys did it, but the Cowboys, of course, happen to have had this happen with one trade.
Hold on. But you have a 7-3 Miami Dolphins team who got like a whole bunch of draft picks.
Now, true. Now, what I don't like is this is the second year that Fields has now been starting for the Bears.
2 years too early.
And I have not seen much an improvement in the area where you got to build the quickest, offensive line.
And
Gentlemen, chat, feedback zone. Please say different to me, because like Vic says, I've seen 5 300-pound mannequins. I don't see it. And I saw 300-pound mannequins last year. I see it this year. I don't see the difference.
I will echo a couple of opinions I got from
you building around him
Chicago.
Is trading for Chase Claypool.
Yeah, a weapon that won't.
Who in the bloody hell is Chase Claypool?
A weapon that won't do anything for Justin Fields.
Second of all, what's he doing in Chicago when he's not getting used properly?
That's who you traded for. Yeah.
They traded what, a 5th round draft pick for him?
I think so. Yeah.
You could have used.
I know it's painful, Snowman, because you love Chicago. I know you love Chicago.
And then, among all of that, what the hell is Ryan Poles doing?
I think he's doing the McCaskey spitting.
First of all,
that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, because I heard this on a YouTube video, and I will use it again. They get rid of one. Oh, it's a 2nd round pick. Thank you, A Pizzle.
Okay.
They get rid of one token puppet in Matt Nagy, who was horrible.
Yeah.
For another token puppet in Matt Eberflus.
Who is,
first of all,
I still don't know who that is, by the way.
First of all, what was the question I posed on this show when I finally got well enough to take the chair? What did I say on this show? Who the hell is Matt Eberflus?
I think the Bears are still asking that question.
That's what I want. Who in the vinyl blue, yellow-bellied, red-blooded hell is Matt Eberflus?
Well,
okay.
To answer you,
Victor said it best in the chat just a moment ago.
Bright offensive minds that, because I hate to say this, Mr. Playmaker, because of the success of one Sean McVay, you got these
tanking.
You got these NFL teams who are trying to look for, okay, who's the hot offensive coordinator that's under the age of 40? We got to have him, or around the age of 40. We got to have him lead our team, because that bright Wunderkind in LA, yeah, we got to have that. We got to have our own Sean McVay.
Yeah, you're starting to see the price of it. And it's not on purpose either, but you seen the downside of it.
Yes.
Okay, and
But nevertheless, I will say this.
I will ask this question. You know, and Cole, your mind is so bright. They want coaches under 40 that have an offensive mind. There was a coach under 40 that was available and basically run out of Atlanta, and he ran all the way to San Francisco, who's paying more dividends. Who is that, you ask?
Oh, that coach we gonna see tonight down in Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see an ass kicking tonight.
Oh, I'm hoping for it. I'm looking forward to it.
I want the 49, since we're talking football. I want, and only my wife has heard me say this and you guys have heard me say it off the air, but for one of the few times I will say it on the air. I want the 49ers to destroy the Arizona Cardinals. I want what happened to Kyler Murray, should he play in January, to happen tonight in Mexico City. I want DeMeco Ryans to turn that healthy defense loose and just say 2 words: sick 'em. Because Arizona, I would say Arizona had no business beating the Rams, but the Rams beat themselves,
as they have done most of this year.
The Rams beat themselves. They beat themselves yesterday in the Superdome. Arizona allowed the Rams to beat themselves. The 49ers won't tonight. Okay? The 49ers will not beat. Let me put it in 3 words that fans use toward me. I want blood.
Speaking of that, I have a question. Maybe y'all two can help me with this.
Okay.
Why? I don't understand.
Yes,
Your
sir.
team is sorry this year, okay? No matter what team you root for, your team is sorry for whatever reason. Yet for some reason, these fans need to go on social media and say, no matter how my team looks, I'm still representing. Who cares?
Oh, you
Like
mean
Laker fans, like Bear fans, like Cub fans,
or
like
even teams that are successful, like Cowboys fan,
like Cowboy
who after
fans?
yesterday's 40-3 butt whipping of the Vikings, they said the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl, forgetting how they choked away a lead just 7 days prior.
My thing is this: somebody in the rest was like, "We sorry, but I'm still representing."
They're saying that the Cowboys are winning. You mean these Cowboy fans struck again?
Of course, they struck again. They beat an 8-1 team.
Yeah, they beat an 8-1 team on the road,
but it's Kirk Cousins.
Thank you. I've been saying this.
I could give 2 damns about that game.
I've been saying this
both
all
of those
year.
teams are represented by quarterbacks who in
I've
big
been
moments.
saying that all year. I'm like the moment we saw that hideous video of Kirk Cousins shirtless and wearing a whole ton of drip on his neck, I said, this team is winning in spite of him, not because of him.
I meant to send y'all a picture. I forgot.
And last week's game was proof too. Yesterday was also proof. Like, this team is winning in spite of them. They're not winning because of them. Because if they win because of them, that game they played yesterday would have been a W, not an L.
Yeah, it would have been reversed.
But this is my thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Morning Wise. So what was that about?
Wise.
So what was it about a shirtless Kirk Cousins that you wanted to see some more of, sir?
Nah, I got a better question. Yeah. What the hell happened yesterday?
You talking about? Wait. Is that a Giants question? Is that a Giants question?
Yes, that's a Giants question.
That's a Giants question.
Now you want steam come out of me? That's what my steam is at. What the hell happened?
This is what happened to the Giants.
They took Detroit too lightly.
I don't think they took them too lightly. I think
it sure looked like it.
I think they underestimated, but I don't think they took them too lightly. They underestimated how impactful how impactful that Lions defense is starting to become, and how opportunistic they're becoming. Because they played okay until the Danny Jones interception that he threw to Aiden Hutchinson. The game turned around with that interception. After that, it was all Lions.
How you throw interception to the defensive end?
And the thing is,
that's not named not TJ Watt.
The thing is, what the Lions did was twofold. One, they actually were able to contain Saquon Barkley, and two, they exposed an Achilles heel that I think the Giants have, and which is run defense. You can actually attack them up the middle, which I was surprised, but you actually can attack them up the middle. And if you can, you will. And if you kept attacking them, and if you can, what we saw yesterday in the Meadowlands is what will result. And that's why I say that I don't think the Giants are Super Bowl contenders this year, because if a team could put together that type of game plan against them, they won't advance. But they can make the playoffs because they can put together those grind amount wins, enough of them in the regular season to get them into the playoffs.
And Wise just said no passing attack either. None.
Yeah, that's and that's another thing. The Giants now are the NFC version of the Titans.
No passing attack.
We want Daniel Jones to beat us, and we dare you, Giants, to have him beat us. That's the same thing that you say with Tennessee.
Sounds familiar.
We dare you to have Ryan Tannehill beat us because we don't think he can. And teams don't think that Daniel Jones can beat teams. And the Lions proved that to be right.
Which leads me to tonight's 49ers Cardinals game. I had a Cardinals fan approach me over the course of the weekend, and I wasn't perusing social media. This Cardinal fan reached out to me and said, you're going to lose Monday night. I said, really? How do you plan for that to happen? And they said, well, we're going to make Jimmy Garoppolo beat us. Here's the problem. 3 of the last 5 times, he did beat you. Never heard from him again. I'll say it again. For those of you Cardinal fans that want to, am I going to be on air for that? Damn right. Damn right I'm doing that game. Damn straight I'm doing that game as a fundraiser, as a fun chat, everything.
It goes back to my earlier point. Know your damn history before you speak.
Oh, that's cold, Pizzle. Oh, wow. Kitty Galladay caught a pass. That's just brutal, man.
Can we get Samuel's English comment, please?
That is brutal. Yeah, okay. That's brutal.
The truth.
English. Do you speak it?
And that's for all the fans of it. Listen, I'm going to make a declaration. Anybody remember the New York Jets of 1986?
Yeah, they started
10-1.
Okay, it was 10-1.
Limped into the playoffs.
Yeah, lost every game the rest of the way.
And lost in double overtime.
They lost. They watched way in the playoffs. They won the wild card game, and they went to 3 overtimes in Cleveland? Two. So well into the second overtime and lost to the Browns.
They went to 2 overtimes and lost in the marathon by the lake.
Mm-hmm.
The Purple People fans are not going to like me for this, but the Minnesota Vikings are going down that same road.
And the Jets stumbled after that because that was their best shot in that era.
Yeah, when you pass up Dan Marino for Kenny O'Brien, you needed to have every chance you could get. They passed up Dan Marino.
I don't know what they saw in Kenny O'Brien.
And drafted Kenny O'Brien out of Cal State. I think Cal State Davis.
I mean, he was okay, but
he was not.
He was not Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
And I mean, he wasn't Dan Marino when Marino was in Pitt.
And back to the Rams while we're thinking about it. Back to the Rams. Y'all now have the same Matt Stafford that Detroit had for 12 years.
The only problem is the Rams right now don't have that number 1 stud that he could go to.
No Calvin Johnson. And
Cooper Kupp.
And might as well put Matthew Stafford in concussion protocol again while you at it.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I will.
Which is when the game turned around, basically.
I will give the Rams some props though. They discovered Cam Akers. Wow, I didn't realize that he was still on the team.
Can I add 4 words? 7 games too late.
Oh, far too late. Far too late.
7 games too late.
I thought I was drinking, man. I seriously thought I was drinking when I saw the stats. I'm like, the Rams actually tried to give you a bounced attack,
which is beyond crazy for me. Cause I'm like, yo,
where was this? Yeah, I agree with Snowman. Where was this in September?
Mm-hmm. Where was this in San Francisco? Where was this in Los Angeles against San Francisco?
Yeah, but either game against
the 2 games the Rams needed to have to compete in that division.
And guess what?
And they were in striking distance in the game in San Francisco.
There's no way in the hell I'm picking the Rams
or
Santa Clara. We're gonna lose again.
Who do they play this week?
We're going to Arrowhead.
Oh yeah, you get if Mahomes didn't if Mahomes don't give 400 yards against the Rams, I'll be surprised. Okay.
5.
Oh yes, it's
5
time. 500 yards.
What's in the cup?
I wish it was liquor.
Mr. McCarthy.
Ryan McCarthy joins us to the tune of taps playing.
Now,
because
it's to me.
Let me make an opening statement.
Ready?
Let me make an opening statement.
Paul. Ready?
Just just when it seemed like the New York Jets.
You're not going to play it, are you?
No, hell no.
Please don't.
Hell no.
Look, I'm both angry and numb this morning. I don't need to be angrier and more numb.
Are you asking for a receipt this morning, Ryan?
No. You can keep them.
Can I ask for a receipt?
Okay.
No.
Because I definitely said they want to beat New England.
Okay. So yeah,
I didn't even do picks this week.
We're definitely gonna honor your request, Ryan. But
now, I will do this. Ryan made a request of me this morning,
and we'll honor it for sure.
And we will honor it, Mr. McCarthy. This is for you. Now cook.
Mr. Zach Wilson, have a seat. We need to have a discussion. So you were asked by Connor Hughes of SNY yesterday after the game, did you let your defense down? Do you feel like you left your defense down during this game? And I'm gonna say, and his exact words were, excuse me.
Quote.
No.
Close quotes.
I was literally his answer. No.
What? Keep going. I got some stuff to look at.
Look up the clip, playmaker.
I don't want to look at the clip. I just want to look at the stats right now. I just want to know the stats.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you what the stats were: 9 for 22 for 79 yards, 3 rushes for 26 yards, and most of those yards were in the first half because your offense managed this many yards in the second half of a professional football game.
Most of those yards are the first. Wow, I saw another stat.
Yards.
I saw another stat that was alarming.
They did not get past their own 35-yard line.
The Jets had the Jets in that game had more punts than Jack Wilson had completions in that game.
Yep. And one of those punts was the
last one was the death of the team in that game.
Punt when they should have kicked it out of bounds, and instead they kicked it towards the hash marks. And by the way, that there was a clip. By the way, that last block on Justin Hardy was a clip. It was not. It was not a clean block. But the NFL in New York said, "Yeah, it's a clean block because it's the Jets. Of course, the Jets can't have nice things." Let's get back to Zach Wilson.
Yes.
He said
I know you're
not
a
let
young
the
dude.
defense down.
He literally said, "I don't feel like we let the defense down."
Scored a field goal.
And that defense had a world-class performance. Yes, granted, it's not the same Patriots as they were back in Tom Brady days or even Cam Newton days.
Ryan, you climbed in my brain. Because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you had your defense give you the best performance of their year.
Yep.
And all you can manage is a field goal.
Yeah. And last year in Foxborough, the Pats dropped a 40-something, almost a 50 burger on the Jets defense.
Right.
And this year
you only managed 2 yards.
2 yards
in a half.
Total offense in the second half.
By the way, Cole.
In a professional football game.
Oh, guess who was the leading rusher for the Jets yesterday?
Zach Wilson.
26 yards. Ridiculous.
This is the thing that me and Kobe saying.
He played into, and you know what? I'll give full credit to Bill Belichick. Always has a game plan when it comes to Jets because he hates the Jets with every fiber of his being, including the sesamoids, which are in the foot, by the way. And he hates the Jets. He hates the Jets because of what happened all the way back in 1997. I mean, God, man. I mean, I know it's one thing to hold a grudge, but not for 25 years. And I give full credit there. He had a great defensive game plan.
It was working.
Mm-hmm.
It worked. It worked because you managed 2 yards in a half in professional football. They barely had 100 yards total in the entire game. It was reminiscent of last year's game in Buffalo when they had to face the win, but they almost stole that game. That game in Buffalo, if the Jets had beaten Buffalo, that would have cost the Bills first place in the AFC in the AFC East.
And
they would have to travel to Foxborough that weekend too, instead of putting up the 40 burger against the Patriots.
Here's how horrible this is. So if they won the game, they'd be in first. They lost it. Now they're in last.
Now they're in last, and they're out of a playoff spot because the Bengals won yesterday.
Right.
And they have a 1-0 advantage. The Bengals have that game advantage over the Jets. Tiebreaker.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to Zach Wilson.
I'm sorry?
He's back to Zach Wilson.
Yeah, so back to Zach Wilson. Yeah. So I know you're a young quarterback. I know the ladies love you, especially the soccer moms and the football moms. I know they love you especially. But dude,
you did not go there with that.
Oh, I did. I did.
Oh yeah, you are hot today.
Oh god. Oh.
And he's just getting started.
I know.
I went to bed angry. I woke up angry. That's how I felt. I know it says in the Bible, don't let the sun go down your anger, but it did.
And the warning I gave, to folks was, watch out, McCarthy may be a little drunk this morning and not in a good way.
Bro, Ryan, now you know how I feel when I had to come on and golf.
Anyway, back to Zach Wilson.
Back to Zach Wilson.
A couple weeks ago, you said this is the, and I'm going to paraphrase here, not a direct quote, but I'm paraphrasing.
Oh dear.
Especially in that game against was it? I think it was Pittsburgh. Where he says, "Yes, this is the time we got NUT up, boys. We got to get things. We got to win this game." Where was that energy yesterday? He looked timid, and anytime he went back to pass, he looked timid. And you are a butt fumble and a ghost and an IC ghost away from being another one of the line of quarterbacks in New York Jets history. That's a failure.
Oh,
and if you yeah, I went there.
Yeah,
it's gasoline on this thing.
I told you. He was
and now I have to hear from Patriots fans.
And I'm going to pour some more gasoline on it. Listen to what's playing in the background.
Oh Lord. Oh, you said now we have to hear from Patriots fan.
Yeah, now I got to hear from Patriots fans. You know, congratulations to your team. But also got to hear about 14 wins in a row over the New York Jets. And Rod, happy birthday to you. But I got to hear from you,
Rod. But shut up.
Yeah, exactly. But back to Zach Wilson. Look, dude, you got 7 games. You have 7 more games this year to prove you're the guy for this football team. We all hoped, every Jets fan, myself included, hoped that you were the guy. Coming out of BYU, you had that swag, you had that accuracy, you had that long ball that everybody wanted. Everybody wanted past the aforementioned. We're moving on past the aforementioned. We're not going to talk about this particular head coach because I don't want to say his name. He's Voldemort to us. But we wanted to see the long ball. We wanted to see exciting plays from our offense, and we did for the first 9 games of the season. We had pretty decent offense, excluding that first New England game, which we should have. We should have won. Yeah. But you literally threw 3 bad passes, and it was fait complete. Now,
hey, at least he didn't throw a pick yesterday.
No,
he didn't even throw for 100 yards though.
He didn't even throw for 100 yards.
I think is killing Zach Wilson.
I think the 13 incompletions had more yardage than the actual yards he had.
Ouch.
But even Garrett Wilson said yesterday, he was asked yesterday about the offensive performance. He says that ish is unacceptable. We are better than this. And they are better than this. But it starts with number 2.
It's not wrong with that.
They make matters worse.
You ain't wrong, and I agree with that.
They make matters worse. Stephen A. even tweeted to put in Joe Flacco.
I would have taken Joe Flacco. I would have taken a 38-year-old Joe Flacco. I would have taken Stone Feet Flacco over what Zach Wilson did yesterday. At least he could spread the field out with his passes. Zach Wilson was just kind of just ducking in, trying to putting anything into his throws.
Zach
I don't know if
Wilson
he's still
turned into Ben Roethlisberger, but
he's not.
But worse.
I'm loving it.
I mean, I would have taken a retired Ben Roethlisberger yesterday rather than Zach Wilson.
You got to take the NFL's version of Mr. Glass.
Yep.
I would have rather taken him.
Wow.
The NFL's version of Bill Cartwright.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
Again, you have 7 weeks to get right.
7 weeks probably for the rest of your career.
7 weeks for the rest of your career, or else I think that Joe Douglas is going to go shopping for a quarterback this year. Jimmy G's out there, Derek Carr's out there, and the biggest fish of them all, Lamar Jackson's out there. So step up your game.
I'll end that Lamar Jackson romance. Lamar signing with the Redskins. I said it at the top of the year, and I'll say it again. Back to Zach Wilson.
Back to Zach Wilson. But you got 7 weeks to prove yourself, dude. Now get out of here. Get out of my face.
Oh, that's it.
Oh my God! The camera and the mic is burning. Goodness gracious!
Steam
coming. Right, I feel a lot better. Let's talk about the New Jersey Devils.
Hold on, before you go there, I want to say this.
12 in a row now.
12 in a row, 13 in a row tonight.
Unfortunately, before we do go to the Devils,
I want to thank Zach Wilson because he was the reason why I picked New England. He didn't let me down.
No, you had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and you knew Belichick was going to throw something completely different at you from the last time you saw it. And there's no imagination. There's no chances. There's no. It was just so frustrating.
7 straight seasons of being swept by the same team. That
pathetic.
Pathetic. I thought getting swept by the 49ers for 4 straight years was bad. Good gracious.
Yeah, the Jets have been swept by the Patriots 7 straight seasons. Yes,
this was the last hurdle to make it a magical season.
And what makes it worse about that is the Jets had gimmies in both games.
The Jets are the better team.
They could have won both games.
The Jets should.
They should have won the game with Mellons for sure.
Yep. Okay. They should have won both games.
Yeah. And the Jets defense made it possible for the Jets to win yesterday.
Oh, that defense is that defense did not deserve that loss.
I'm giving you a silver line in here. Your Jets defense, be proud, sir, because your team can go many places further in the future because of them.
They can't be proud. They keep losing to Bill Belichick.
No.
But the effort that the defense, the defense that would have won that.
You couldn't come up with a better effort than
They ain't happy.
No. The defense should not be happy.
No, the defense should be pissed.
Livid. They put forth. This was the best performance that defense put on this year, and you mean to tell me all the offense could muster for was a field goal?
Listen, I'm hoping C.J. Mosley and Quinn Williams take Zach aside and said, "What are you doing? What the F are you doing? Why are you saying that you didn't disappoint us? Why? Like, what happened yesterday? What happened?"
Yeah,
I mean, you're the starting quarterback.
That was the best the Jets defensively looked this year.
You the starting quarterback, and you can only complete 9 passes. That's the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who if you were to compare Zach Wilson's performance yesterday and Kirk Cousins' performance yesterday, the parallel, I would have said. Kirk Cousins had a bad game, but
I can understand why Kirk Cousins had a bad game.
At least he had 100 yards At least he had 100 yards passing.
His offensive line looked timid against the Cowboys. I don't know why.
Had a bad game.
Timid against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Cowboys' defensive line is just.
Cole, there's a button you need to push.
Uh-oh.
There is definitely a button you need.
Are we playing my sponsor?
Which one?
Oh Lord, no.
You need to push the button.
All right.
You need to push the button.
Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you by Penis Water for the ebbs and flows of life. Trust Penis 15 Water.
Actually,
I'm calm now.
There's another one.
I'm calm now.
I did that. I did to purposely calm you down. Yeah.
Thank you. Like Chris Bates.
There's a second one that'll make
like an ASMR.
Wait a minute.
Like audio,
there's a second one that'll make him laugh.
This edition of the LJPN is brought to you by Grimy Chapstick. No more chip and chap.
Only thing, Cole, you needed to put that southern twang to it when you recorded that. You need to put that southern. You need to put that southern twang to it.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
You got to give credit to every other for that. That was
every other Jets fan. I offer the following 2 words.
Moan him.
I knew that would get him.
Hey,
All right.
And
Woosah.
speaking of Zach Wilson, okay. If playing that Chris Bay special got him calmed down, then this is going to make him roar.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Somehow those magic 40 seconds do something to lift your day.
Cut is Cole talking. Like you watch too many movies in your days to do that damn voice. That's what it is. You do that.
And what did I say to you, Cole? Thank you, John Houseman.
John Houseman, yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I said, thank you, John Houseman.
John Houseman.
Yes, I went there with John Houseman. Dominos, vámonos.
But yes, congratulations to the Devils for winning 12 straight.
Can we make it 13 tonight? Can they make it? Who do they play tonight?
Edmonton's coming to town.
Oh,
tough.
Well, they beat. Well, here's a cool stat from this past weekend. The Devils were the first team, I believe, in either 30 years or in NHL history, to sweep both the Western and Eastern Canada trips. They swept all three games in each part of Canada. They swept Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary. And they swept Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa.
I ain't been keeping up.
Damn.
Get into a playmaker, man. You got to join us Devils fans, man.
Man, once Tampa Bay lost to Colorado in that Stanley Cup, I was like, there goes the run. Nice run. It was a great run, but hey,
Run.
Listen,
Ryan. Okay. I just saw a quote from the post game with the Patriots and Jets where Robert Saleh, the head coach, said about the Jets offense, quote, "It was dog shit." Close quote.
I
Not
offer
wrong.
no argument.
Not wrong.
I offer no argument.
If they can't beat the Bears next weekend, season's done.
Oh Lord, I gotta pick between Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. Oh God.
They should.
Well, if Justin Fields is playing,
the Bears with
Wednesday we are doing our picks.
They should beat the Bears with Justin Fields. If it's without them, there's no excuse for them to lose that game.
We're doing our picks Wednesday, considering this is Thanksgiving week, and I will replay them during the best of on both Thursday and Friday. But I agree with Playmaker. I have to choose between whoever the hell the Bears quarterback is and Zach Wilson.
We're sorry, America.
You're sorry. No. I should be sorry because
that's a game that's being offered on a Sunday. Ugh.
You know it's the game
is
for
CBS.
You know it's the game for CBS on Sunday.
Is that an early game?
That would be
1 o'clock. Yeah.
You know what the game of the day is for CBS on Sunday?
What?
It's Patrick Mahomes finna light up my Rams defense.
That'd probably be the late game.
See,
Tony Romo and Jim Nantz is calling that game.
So,
the kick is at 4:25.
In Arrowhead Stadium.
In Arrowhead Stadium, and the kick is at 4:25. So it's not even. So the Rams won't even have the excuse of an early.
So my choices
Pacific time kickoff.
So my choices for Sunday is to watch the Bears and the Jets, or to watch Patrick Mahomes get 5.5 bills against the Rams.
Well, I mean, there's other great games like the Falcons and the Commanders, like the Broncos. And
you call that
Panthers.
A great game?
The Commanders is going to be
like that again.
That sounds like a great. That sounds like a fun game.
Did you say Broncos?
Yes, Broncos.
Did any news come out from Broncos camp yet? I'm waiting for a certain coach to get fired right now.
I've
Send
been
to the
saying
Blue Factory.
The bloody hell cares?
I'm waiting for us coach to get.
What
I
other
mean, and I'm
game?
not the guy.
What other games are
well, well, part of the early Sunday slate, you have the Browns hosting the Bucks. You have the Titans hosting the Bengals, which that probably be the game to watch early. But of course, the Titans play an ugly brand of football. It's not even funny.
Is that in Cincinnati?
No, that's actually in Nashville.
That's
in Nashville.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the Jaguars host the Ravens. That's all the rest of the early slate. The late slate, the Chargers. The Chargers.
I might have an upset pick.
Yeah, the late slate, the Chargers go to the desert. Las Vegas goes to Seattle. We already mentioned KC hosting the Rams. Your beloved 49ers host the Saints. And the Sunday night game, the Eagles hosts the Packers.
You know what?
Oh, and Monday night is the Steelers going to Indy.
Flex that Sunday night game to Sunday afternoon.
What would you want to put in its spot?
Huh?
Because there isn't a game that I would want that I could see that you could put in that spot.
Kansas City and the Rams.
No,
hell
no.
I'm sorry for what I'm about to say.
Kidding.
To the playmaker.
I'm kidding.
Hell no.
Rams,
That's a worse sacrifice than Abraham sacrificing the ram in place of Isaac.
Look at. I already got to go to Lambeau Field for Monday Night Football.
Look, the only game I could see them flexing to that spot would be the Bengals and Titans. I don't want to see that game Sunday night.
They would have been did that. They would have flexed it last week.
Okay,
they would have do that.
Right.
So I get to see Patrick Mahomes line up the Rams for 550. I get to see,
which would be close to a record.
Who do the Eagles play?
And Patrick Mahomes going 3-0 against the LA team. Talk about that.
Yes. I get to see who's Philadelphia hosting again?
They're hosting the Packers.
I can't win the gym.
Thank you.
Gonna get run over by the Eagles defense.
Can we see Jalen Hurts get 550?
No.
Well,
yes,
total,
because I have one with my fantasy football team.
No,
yes, I would love
the air.
No, total, yes, through the air. I highly doubt it.
No.
I want Jalen Hurts to get 550 through the air and 250 on the ground.
No.
It is something to
Will
be
it
said.
happen? No.
It is something to be said that the game of the week is the Cowboys hosting the Giants on Thanksgiving. That's the game of the week.
What's the Thanksgiving night game again?
New England and Minnesota
hosting the Patriots.
Go Vikings. Please go.
Goodbye, Ryan. You ruined our.
We got Kirk Cousins in prime time.
Ask. I'm sorry.
Wait. What?
We have Kirk Cousins in prime time.
Yeah.
Playing the Patriots.
Yes, the Vikings are hosting the Patriots Thursday night.
The Vikings are hosting the Patriots at US Bank Stadium.
8:20.
At 8:20.
8:20.
I will be in a food coma.
I probably will be there too.
It's been 10 years since the Buffalo Bowl. We might see another one.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
These disgusting picks are brought to you by Kang Chicken Wangs. Even order comes with a cup of bland mild sauce. Oh, every order comes with a cup of bland mild sauce.
That's going to be a commercial after the weekend. I see it.
Yeah, week 12 of the NFL schedule is disgusting.
We're gonna go over that, but first we say goodbye to Mr. McCarthy. Thank you so much for the liquored up coffee. We needed it, and
wonderful
thank you for the hot seat.
Oh, you're welcome for the rage, guys. I appreciate this this catharsis, this therapy session.
No problem, man.
By the way,
yes.
Thanksgiving morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, a special edition of No Credentials Required. We're going to be previewing the games. We'll also be doing a ranking of Thanksgiving sides. So join us.
I have to see. Now I have a reason to tune in at 9:30.
Yeah, that lame old parade. Don't bother watching that lame old parade. Yeah, don't bother watching that lame parade you see every year. You know what's going to happen at the end. That. Santa appears. You watch 3 hours to see Santa.
And then I will say there will be
spoiler alert for the parade.
That spoiler alert, guys.
I'll give you I got another spoiler alert. You go on at what time do you go on? 9:30
a.m.
Okay. Then I will schedule a second replay for the best of Snowman in the morning for this week when you get off the air.
Cool.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it twice. And yes, there will be a reappearance of the City Filth in
City
that
Filth.
Oh Lord.
Hallelujah.
And unfortunately, thanks to Detroit beating the Giants and Buffalo looking unlike Buffalo, that game might be interesting for once.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
thanks,
sure.
Ryan.
Praise
we
the
appreciate
Lord.
you. We love you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.
Hallelujah. Hour 2 starts right about now.
Goodness gracious. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
All of it between two people and 4 nostrils. All of it was gone.
LeBron James is pure, unadulterated trash as a basketball player and has been for 20 years.
We don't
want to see that. Wait a minute. We don't want to see
Cap, bro. Number 420. Wise El Jefe. Number 420.
I had to do it. Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
It most certainly is, and we have the playmaker with us this morning. Hour 2 begins, and
Cole did something that I want him to do it again.
What did he do now?
Because when Ryan came on, he started going. He started the fall of the Jets. He started playing. He started doing that third music and the 10 salute shots. You need to do that again because somebody's season in college football just went up in smokes, and it's a damn shame. Ladies and gentlemen, the good people of Knoxville, Tennessee, you had a phenomenal year. You finally beat Alabama in a high-stakes game. You lost to the Georgia Bulldogs, but it's understandable.
And
but this past season, against the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Ready?
Oh.
Oh.
Not only did you lose your quarterback, Hayden Hooker, to the rest of the year to a 20 season.
Ready? And Paul.
But you got stumped by the Gamecocks.
Ooh, did they get stomped?
Cox. Gamecocks.
What business they have given 63 points to them?
And I read that, and I at first read that wrong. I thought it said 53-28. But then I watched the highlights. It wasn't 53. It was 63.
They gave
9 possessions, 9
touchdowns to them.
Let me say that again, folks.
9 touchdowns.
9 possessions, 9 touchdowns.
This is the same South Carolina Gamecocks team that went to games when they got smoked.
See, and that's the thing.
We smoked them in Gainesville,
and people were talking. And people were talking glowingly about the Volunteers defense.
Well,
I'm like,
let me stop.
I don't see
let me
it.
stop y'all right here for a moment. Rod West, no receipts for you. Now stop barking.
Oh no. Okay, here's the receipt you're gonna get. Cool, 14 straight for them. Can they beat everybody else?
No.
As we said, no receipts for you.
But Tennessee has such a magical season, but Hayden Hooker got a torn ACL, and now the South Carolina season is blown. It's done.
To hell. Blown to hell.
So unfortunate, man.
And all I got to say about that game in Columbia, South Carolina is
what in the all types of blue hell
was that?
Because that was horrible.
Was that? Oh, and Ron, I have a bone to pick with you.
With Rod?
Because I have a bone to pick with Rod. Because he said something over the course of the weekend that normally wouldn't get under my skin. And I'm being very playful to the best of my ability, to the very best of my ability.
Being playful to the best of my ability.
I'm being playful to the best of my ability. Yes, you can put that down and write it in ink. But Rod West, you pissed me off.
Oh Lord.
Sit down.
Oh.
Now, before I get going,
why are you sitting this man on a hot seat?
Because he needs it. Did we hear Cole just cuss? No? Okay. Now, I've had people tell me,
behave yourselves.
Rod, I love you dearly, but you need to listen to me and listen to me carefully. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, or however the blue-coated hell you say his name, is not the greatest quarterback of all time. No. He isn't. He won't be. He never will be.
Tom Brady again.
The whole time.
That's part one. Let me get part one out the way.
Okay.
That's part one.
I know how to
part
say
two.
This.
Shut your mouth about LeBron, Raymond James, because he's the most mediocre basketball player these four eyes have seen in 25 years. But
does he even play? Does he even play basketball now?
But the third thing he said to me over the course of the weekend fired me up. And it's this.
Quote, Bill Belichick is a better coach than Bill Walsh. Close quote. Now,
I will start my rant with these four words. Who told this lie? Because that is nothing but falsehood. That is nothing but a lie. And you can't prove otherwise.
I mean, Bill Belichick do got 6 championships.
Unfortunately, you're going to hear him say 6-3.
I know what I'm going to hear him say. But listen to me. But
he has the championship argument.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Because Adam Vinatieri rescued 2 of those.
Now don't matter. It's 6 championships, still 6 championships.
Mood him. Doggone it.
It's the same argument we do with LeBron James and Jordan.
That's different. Moon him.
Wait a minute. You do this without being a character.
Moon him. Thank you.
He didn't even want to say that for the longest.
How dare you say, Rod, that Bill Belichick is a better coach than Walsh and use only the championship argument? Let me ask you a question. Were the Patriots even worth anything when Bill Belichick arrived?
Let me answer that question for you. I think the answer is
zip.
Thank you.
Nada.
And now he's held Zach Wilson to 77 passing yards. Okay, listen to me.
Hold on. That right there, you just killed your own argument.
Listen, Rod, listen to me carefully. Zach Wilson, Steve Young. Okay? Bill Walsh made a move to rescue Steve Young from that derelict franchise we call the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would say it another way, but I have kids listening.
Oh, no.
So I will not say it the way
now
I
he'll
really
tame his
want.
tongue.
Steve Young helped bring the 49ers to championships. And so did Joe Montana. The thing is, Mr. Rod West, until you can erase 3 Februaries where Bill Belichick was defeated in the Super Bowl with Tom Brady as his quarterback, mind you, twice to Eli Manning and once to a backup quarterback, shut up.
I'm sorry. I cannot award Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. second, whatever, but it's junior technically on the birth certificate. To be the GOAT when he has lost twice to one of the most mediocre quarterbacks that's going to go into the Hall of Fame.
In Eli Manning.
And because of those two victories, that is what's going to have Eli Manning go into the Hall of Fame.
Now let me explain something to you, Rod, and I want you to hear me carefully. Yes, Tom Brady has the three top passing records.
One in the Super Bowl loss.
In Super Bowl history.
One in a Super Bowl loss.
Okay. And yes, he coached Tom Brady to 500 passing yards in a Super Bowl game. And with the help of Cole Johnson and a sound effect, what happened in that game called Super Bowl 52 to Tom Brady? That's right. He took a big fat L
to the Eagles.
You lost to a backup quarterback who was only playing due to an injury to a fellow we like to call Carson Wentz.
You can take my rims for that. You can take my rims for that one.
Okay. Meanwhile, Bill Walsh, as head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, never lost the Super Bowl.
That's true.
3-0. Basically 4 because George Seifert took his place when Walsh retired. Matter of fact,
and won the very next year.
Walsh did something Bill Belichick will never do. Walsh walked away on top. And to prove that, let's go back to Super Bowl 23, shall we?
Oh, the very last game he ever coached.
As a pro.
Game. Yeah, as a pro.
The very last game he coached in the NFL. Situation: the 49ers had just overcome a 2nd and 20 with a 27-yard pass to Jerry Rice.
No, Chad Powers can shut up.
They get another 10 to Roger Craig. So what do you think Joe Montana, who spotted John Candy in the audience at Joe Robbie Stadium, calmed his team down, would do for an encore? Something Tom Brady has never, ever, ever done.
You mean engineer a game when he drive late in the fourth quarter in the Super Bowl?
That ends with this.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
Want to hear that again? It goes like this.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana.
Are we forgetting?
Yeah, and
allow me to be devil's advocate here, but
the most significant thing about that catch for John Taylor,
that was the only one in the game.
That was his only catch of the game.
But I do recall Tom Brady engineering a 28-3 comeback.
Bitch, please.
Thank you. You beat me to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, like, playing.
Oh, no, those are the hearing. Yes, I agree.
Here's the difference, Rod. If you want to throw 28-3 at me, you know when the 49ers led 27-3 against the Broncos?
Oh,
they blew them out.
That game was ugly.
Ooh. See, Montana is so great that he never put his team in a 28-3 position.
That big. Yeah.
Ever. Led 27-3 at halftime against the Broncos. And the 49ers wound up scoring, I don't know, what's the magic number? 55 points. Which is to this day a record that the Patriots will never see.
And the record only the Cowboys have.
Game.
But yeah, I look at it this way. I get that Belichick is the most accomplished and will be probably in a very long time the most accomplished NFL coach of all time.
Agreed.
I understand that.
Agreed.
And he probably is one of the brightest minds that ever roamed the sidelines. Same
Agreed
with Bill
again.
Walsh. Yeah, and they do it differently. Belichick, especially his defense. Walsh, especially, was offense. What sets the two of them apart to me is with Belichick, he basically is sort of like a cyborg-ish type of guy where he seems so devoid of emotion. Whereas with Walsh, he was a brainiac, but he was a leader of men, and he had a great sense of humor. And of course, I've heard that Belichick has that too. But it definitely was that case with Walsh. And I love his style because even though with us, he would be respectful of every other team that every team he faced. When he was with his men, he spared no expense, spared no joke, and was basically pumping all sorts of confidence in them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the argument between generations. Y'all generation is Bill Walsh, is Joe Montana. My generation is Tom Brady, Bill Belichick.
And the funny thing is, Playmaker, Bill Belichick coached in the era that Walsh ruled, but he was the defensive coordinator of the Giants.
He was a defensive coordinator
under
for the
Bill
New York
Parcells.
Giants.
So I will say this: yes, Belichick had some success against Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
If you think back against him, 86 playoffs, 85 playoffs, which is the wild card round.
Yep.
W. 86 divisional round, that was a W. Mm-hmm. And then when Walsh retired, the 90 NFC championship game.
1990.
So yeah, he had some success against the 49ers. Vice versa, the same thing is true. Conversely, the same thing is true. It literally is apples and oranges when you really look at it. It is truly apples and oranges. I can't really say one is better than the other. I could never say one is more accomplished.
I will.
I could never say one is more accomplished, and I could say one is better to my taste. But I can't really say one's better than the other.
Belichick is more. I'll close with this. Belichick is more accomplished, but Rod, bow down to the godfather of the West Coast offense, and it ain't Bill Belichick. Now get your ass up.
Now I will say that. I will say that to you.
For me, it's like this. You're talking about a guy who has 6 titles, and he's done it all with the same team.
Which that's amazing, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amazing things.
You look at Tom Brady. You're talking about a guy who has more Super Bowl championships than every team in the goddamn league.
Yeah, and
it's like, well, damn.
Yeah, he has more Super Bowls than teams. Yeah, the teams than separate teams have. Yeah.
Yeah, and
that says it. Like,
not for
you
me.
have 7 championships. Like, how do quick you get to 7?
Not for me, it don't.
By the way, how'd you even get to 10 Super Bowls in the NFL, which is hard to do?
I know this is the similar argument that people levy when it comes to number 6 of the Lakers.
See, they can't levy that argument because
they still do though.
When you look at the
gentlemen
East, in that time, the East, everybody knew it was LeBron's.
I'll close that door right now.
LeBron James is trash as a basketball player.
Wow.
I will say that one more time.
You said it so mention the man's name.
I've been saying it for 20 years.
It just came fluidly out of your mouth, like it just didn't even mention the man's name.
Door closed.
Look, here's the difference. When you look at LeBron James didn't even win the number 1 seed. It was Toronto Raptors. Cole, you probably answer this. We all knew what was going to happen when it came to Toronto versus Cleveland. We all knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, because LeBron owned the Raptors at the time. Yeah.
Before he even get this is Cleveland. When it came to Tom Brady, it's like, okay, he don't have home field advantage. You have a shot. And then that team makes that one mistake, and it's like, oh hell, you gave him the ball again.
That definitely is how people felt in 2006 before the AFC Championship game. People did feel that way because the week before, that's exactly what happened. They were on the road. They were in San Diego. San Diego had the number 1 seed, and San Diego had control of the game. And
That's
yes, it was San
right.
Diego because that's what they were. It
San
wasn't
Diego
Los
did have the
Angeles.
number 1 seed.
And the key mistake happened.
Of course.
Brady jumped on it, and they won that game on the Indy. They went when
It's key
they played
mistakes
probably one of the
between-
best AFC Championship games I've ever seen.
Is key mistakes the reason why we respect Tom Brady? It is nobody in the East is going to beat LeBron. Don't care what seed he gets. Nobody in the East is beating LeBron.
But I will say this to your point, though, Brian. Yeah, Belichick is the most accomplished NFL coach in the history of the sport.
And that's fine.
Yeah. The one thing that Walsh does have over Belichick, and he has that over just about any other, definitely just about over any other coach in the last 45 years, is he has revolutionized the sport to where everybody is still to this day copying what he engineered back in the 70s.
Now, while we're on this football Maniac Monday,
one of those would be Belichick. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, one of those would be Belichick. Now, I respect Belichick. I do. I do. Defensive genius. Okay.
How you doing, Underrated Darkness?
I need some antidote.
Let's let you on, brother.
I need some antidote now because I just talk goodness about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
You need, go get some liquor. You know something? I hate NBC Sports right now.
Why?
What did
they threw shade at the Chargers last night.
I wonder why.
Brandon Staley is the head coach of that team.
Actually,
it is very easy to throw shade at the Chargers.
Let me finish. Sorry. I'm in a mood this morning.
We here.
You brought up the Chargers like, of course y'all lose by.
I am speaking broadcast wise.
Okay.
They threw shade at the Chargers last night.
All right.
During halftime, when they were going to a break, they played part of this song.
Mold him! Mold him! Mold him!
I hate you for that. And you timed it so well.
They had the nerve, because I was asleep last night. They had the nerve to play San Diego Superchargers. Wow.
They didn't play the words, but they played the tune. They were
leading at halftime again.
Do the math. Do the math, my nigga, please.
That's why I'm so mad at NBC right now. Because at halftime, they were going to a break. They played that.
And I screamed, 2 halftime leads, and you both come out with L's.
And I screamed a couple of deleted expletives and nearly woke up my family.
Goddamn Chargers.
Not nearly woke up your family.
I nearly listen.
You had to lead. You had to lead in Santa Clara, and you let that get it right. You had to lead at home against the Chiefs.
But it's the Chiefs. Why are you surprised? Brandon, listen. Cole put it best in a sentence at the top of the season. Brendan Staley coaches the Chargers. Not Marty Schottenheimer, not Norv Turner, and certainly not Don Coryell.
But by the way,
not even, and his name's escaping me right now. Bobby Ross. Brendan freaking Staley.
Did I hear reports coming out that said that Mike Williams said he was 200%? 1 catch,
One.
You already injured again, but you're 200% healthy, right?
One catch. One.
Keenan Allen was the one that was on the pitch count.
Not a pitch count.
That's the literal words that came out.
Keenan Allen was on a pitch count.
The literal words came out of Chargers count. Keenan Allen's on the pitch count. Mike Williams is full go. Mike Williams 200%. One catch on the sideline, and we ain't see him again. He on the sideline by his helmet after one catch.
Thank you, Sick. Appreciate that.
And
is Mike Williams made out of glass?
He's starting to look that way.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors got a road win last night.
Yeah, the first of the season.
And put up 127 points to boot. And the most dangerous thing that happened in that game?
41.
78 total
from Clay.
From the Splash Brothers.
But the more dangerous one, yeah. But the more dangerous one is the 41 where it came from. Yeah. Someone woke up.
10 3-point field goals.
Yeah, someone woke up.
And to couple this with an episode of Cole Sports on the Daily that Cole did in remembrance of him setting a record where he hit 14 threes in the United Center.
That's right.
That woke him up.
Yeah.
I know there's so much sports going on right now. It's hard to keep everything, but I'm going to let y'all know.
Go ahead.
When March Madness gets here, everybody's probably going to be busted through probably the first 2 rounds. The way this season has started, ain't no clear dominant team.
Oh,
especially not Gonzaga.
No.
Gonzaga got blown out in Texas.
And then whooped Kentucky's behind last night.
Oh, so NCAA is going to be happy. There's no clear-cut front runner.
Do you see all the dollar signs?
Mm-hmm. No clear-cut front runner. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's
the dollar signs.
As long as there's enough big-time programs, they're good.
Where's the Final Four this year? I think it's in Houston.
I think it's in
Take a peek at that real quick.
Chad,
help me out here. I believe the Final Four this year is in Houston.
I thought it was in Indy. I could be wrong.
No, Indy was 2 years ago.
That is correct.
And they had to scramble.
April 1st and 3rd.
Houston. It's in Houston.
NRG Stadium,
NRG Stadium
Texas.
in Texas.
Mm-hmm. That's where it will be held.
But see, the fun doesn't start. We're gonna have Jay Spivey on here in a few minutes. But see, the fun doesn't start until January, when conference season begins.
Yeah,
that's why I'm already started.
That's why I'm not digging all of these games that are playing in college now. I'm like,
I don't understand it.
I don't know if people really care about college basketball now.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan, and thank you, A Pizzle. I thought I was right. It is in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
NRG State. What the hell is NRG? I know what it is. NRG Stadium in Houston.
I know. For me, I keep always want to call it Reliant. I know.
Me too. Because that's what. Don't get me started. I'll save all the old names for tomorrow.
Yeah, 10 threes.
Yes, Victor. 10 of them.
Man, people knew Anthony Lynn was just basically nothing more than a sacrificial lamb.
The same thing happened to him is happening now. They can't keep a goddamn lead.
That's right, Victor.
Home of the World Series champion, Houston Astros.
Houston Astros. That's right, baby.
Okay, this is where I pick on Rod again.
Where it says the Warriors aren't repeating this year. Yeah.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, before you pick on Rod again.
Yes.
In that game, the 127-120 victory, the Warriors had over the Rockets.
Oh, it's the Rockets, no wonder.
Yeah. Look, believe me, I know.
But it gave him some confidence.
Yeah, it did. The Rockets are the most horrible team in the NBA, and I already am at home with that.
No, that's the Brooklyn mess.
I would love to say it's them, but they actually have some competence. Curry.
No, they don't. No, the hell they don't. We'll argue about that tomorrow. We'll argue about that tomorrow. Go ahead.
Curry scored 33, along with Wiggins who scored 22. What I found impressive about Curry, is that he did shoot 14 threes and made 7, but he decided to be the assist man. 15 of those dimes he dropped. 15
double for Chef Curry.
He decided to drop 15 dimes, and he proves. I think he proves to all of us, even including me, that I can be a point guard that can look for the shot first, but I can also be a point guard that can play traditionally too, which that makes it even more dangerous because he's dangerous without the ball, and this proves he can be dangerous with it too.
Andrew, why are you putting this up?
Yeah, because Ben Simmons actually showed the hell up last night. So
Ben Simmons, the last 3 games, 48 points, 26 rebounds, 15-6, 22-26 shooting.
But guess what? I got
over the weekend he actually has played.
I'm putting an asterisk by last night because you know what I found out last night, Cole Johnson? They played Memphis. No John Morant, no Desmond Bain, and no Jerry Jackson Jr. I was like, oh, no wonder they going up like this.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are banged up badly. Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder Ben Simmons showed up. There was no one to guard him. Coward. And this is for you, Cole.
The rubber. He was on the mound when the Astros clinched the ALCS with that sweep against the Yankees. Mancini playing behind the runner at first. He goes, and the pitch is lifted to right by Castellanos. Long run for Tucker, over toward the line, and foul territory. Makes the catch, and the Houston Astros do it again. 2022 World Series champions. For the second time in 6 years, the Astros are baseball's best.
And to a certain person who will remain nameless, yes, we talk basketball and hockey on this program.
Man, my coworkers did not like me last week and the week before.
Did you give them the business?
Oh yes, I did.
Good.
I was so happy.
Did you give them the business?
Ooh, I was so happy. It was too. Oh, I don't know if you heard me, Playmaker. So, I think it was the Tuesday after. I was just splattering our team's chat with nothing but Astros memes and gifs.
Good.
And my manager said, my manager said when they asked how we were all doing, she says, well, I'm drunk. And someone asked her why. She says, well, I'm taking a shot each time that Cole references Houston. Oh, man.
And it all started with
the 0-1. And Alvarez belts it deep to right field. Houston goodbye. Unbelievable. The Astros a walk-off win. Yordan Alvarez, a walk-off 3-run homer. And the Astros stun the Mariners in Game 1 of the Division Series. Incredible!
The House of Horrors for the Seattle Mariners continues as they mob Alvarez by home plate.
All right. Since we were talking Final Four just a few moments ago, here are the future dates and stadiums, and we're shooting for 2024 to be there and do our show from there. 23 is in Houston, 24 is in Phoenix, 25 is in San Antonio, and 26 is in Indianapolis, Indiana.
I was wondering when they would go back to San Antonio. Okay.
Yep, 2 years from now, they will be in the Alamo Dome. And I swear to God, I know we're all going to put in all the effort that we can for the entire crew to be in Phoenix, then in San Antonio, and then in Indianapolis. I said it, and I'm going to follow through with it.
Shout out to the defending champions of South Carolina.
Them
girls.
Yes.
To come back and beat Stanford at Stanford?
At Maples Pavilion.
They might be repeating.
I've seen Maples Pavilion.
They might be repeating.
Venerable place. I don't see anybody beating South Carolina, at least not right now. Not Tennessee, Not Stanford.
What the hell happened to Tennessee?
Pat Summer passed away.
That's a good way of putting it.
Pat Summer passed away, and they fell off. The only other women's basketball team I would think would give South Carolina problems would be Connecticut.
I was about to say if Connecticut can mount up a charge, yes, they'll be the only one.
If there's a team that can compete with South Carolina, it would be Connecticut.
I already said it. In a few years, y'all better be looking out for Gino Auriemma and UConn coming back, and they're coming back with a vengeance.
They're coming back this year.
I ain't gonna say this year because they don't have their star.
But
when she comes back, after what they're gonna go through this season, oh hell.
It's proof that that program reloads. They don't rebuild.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're gonna make the Final Four. I'm calling it right now. I think UConn women's basketball will make the Final Four again.
Yeah,
Beckers or no Beckers.
Yeah, they'll have a bad season, and that is where their bad season will have them end up. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's happened to them 3 separate times already in the last 5 years with Auriemma at the helm. They lose a star player. Everyone thinks they're down. And where does Connecticut wind up?
Yeah, Final Four with the next woman up mentality in mantra. Yeah.
And I'm going ahead and calling for it. I see them in the Final Four this year. All right, I have to do it.
I ain't see no coming.
I have to do it. Do it again. Do it again.
Notice
again.
Notice which one he used.
Do it again.
He used the one with the ladies catching it, not the men. The ladies don't care.
No, they don't.
Because if the men catching it, there's no building. Do it again. Imagine if every seat in that joint was full. Push the button, please. Jay Spivey now with us. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Doing good. More importantly, how are you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there, just doing the best I can, living life.
Good.
How was the scene? How was the scene?
Was there a Baker Mayfield sighting?
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately,
it was.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
He said, "Was there a Baker Mayfield sighting?"
Unfortunately, matter of fact, he got the start.
So they have three or four? No, they have 4 quarterbacks, counting the one who's on injured reserve.
Yes.
Do any of them combine for 1 quarterback?
No.
Oh, wow.
No.
Hold on. Today is on fire. Good gracious.
Out the gate, you coming blazing. Okay.
Quarterbacks getting roasted left and right.
I'm sorry, it's true.
It is true. You saw it yesterday.
Their offense is non-existent.
Their offense is putrid.
What happened to
What happened? When did they have an offense? Jay, when did they have an offense that was actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Competent.
Probably about the first year or 2 that McCaffrey was there. And then he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stupidly hired Matt Rule.
Yeah, because they got no clue now.
They sure did make that stupid move.
And like I told you a couple weeks ago, when they were talking about that they have a lot of pieces available that could make this a good team. No,
not a chance.
Mark Sanchez said that, and I couldn't believe it.
When Jay sent that to me, I laughed for 10 minutes.
Well, he has to draw a paycheck.
I mean, they're obviously going to hire a coach, but
who would want to?
Of the positions that we know of so far, you think that's a good position?
No,
not
a chance in hell.
It's a wonderful city. You know, they have a rabid fan base. Oh no, we're talking about football, not basketball. My bad.
Well, yeah, Charlotte is a nice city, but
my bad.
rabid fan base, no.
I was
and Cole, while you're at it,
I got lost in the sauce.
Since you mentioned basketball in Charlotte,
go ahead, Jay.
They're 1-11 in their last 12 games. These sorry, no account Hornets are 1-11 in the last 12 games.
Well, that leads to sparse crowds of 12,000 being at the Spectrum Center. Something
I'm amazed there's that many.
I'm amazed there's that many too.
Hey, what was the scene like in South Carolina? That's what I want to know. After that big win,
don't ask. Don't ask. No, you don't. That was their best. You know what? The two best years of the Panthers were the opening year at Clemson and the first year they played at Ericsson Stadium. I'm not counting the Cam Newton years.
You mean Superman?
You can throw in the 2002 year.
No.
Yeah. Because they became with an eyelash of actually winning Super Bowl. Yeah. 2002.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So three good years.
Don't forget the Jake DeLume years.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what you're talking about when you beat my Rams in double overtime in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, the first play in double overtime to beat them.
Thank you, Steve Smith,
in the divisional round. Yeah,
and I wanted my rematch with the damn Patriots.
And then they hung one of those 4 straight NFC Championship losses to the Eagles. Yeah,
and the Kerry Collins years.
Yeah,
but don't forget the old Superman, all the greatness he gave for them.
Oh yeah,
until Super Bowl 50 got around.
Who everybody thinks is a Hall of Famer, and he's not even anywhere close.
All because of 10 good games he played in his whole entire NFL career.
I'm sorry, his stats don't equate to Hall of Fame.
All because he chose not to dive on a fumble football.
Well, he had to make a business decision.
What did that business decision got him? That's the Super Bowl. What you talking about?
Yeah,
I thought you go all out. Jay and I talked about this. I thought you go all out to win a Super Bowl.
I don't care how much you're paid.
I thought you did too.
Yeah. I don't care the game. If you got a fumble and it's near you, go after the ball. That's what you're paid to do.
Yeah, the ball's loose. Cover.
What you're supposed to.
It's part of football. Fumble.
It is part of football.
Recover the ball.
Yeah.
And you know who else? You know a quarterback who else was too afraid to go after a fumble? Does the name Sam Darnold mean anything to you?
Again, one of the 4 quarterbacks who don't add up to 1.
3 years ago, against Miami, in Miami, snap went right by him, and he took 1 step toward it. 1.
Not 4 quarterbacks that don't.
That's a soundbite. 4 quarterbacks don't add up to 1 as a soundbite.
I'm telling you guys, they just need to tear this thing completely up and start from scratch.
And which means the top of the food chain needs to be torn up too.
Well, that's not happening because David Tepper's not leaving anytime soon.
Right?
No, he's not.
And he might be the biggest problem there.
Mm-hmm. He is the biggest problem there. No mind about it. He is the biggest problem there.
I'm seeing a theme.
He is the biggest problem there.
I'm seeing a theme here. You know, so you're saying the biggest problem with the Carolina Panthers is the owner? What is the biggest problem with the Washington Commanders?
Oh, definitely ownership.
With the Washington Redskins, same thing.
Definitely ownership.
Well, that's a whole other story.
What's the problem with the America's team, Dallas Cowboys?
Actually, that is McCarthy because no, it's not really ownership as much. That's McCarthy.
No, it's ownership.
No.
It's ownership because they hired
McCarthy. No. Follow the logic
Jones
here.
is a different. Jerry Jones is a different thing because he does have a monstrous ego, but at least he allows his football people to kind of handle things, even though he's technically the general manager for some stupid reason.
Right. The reason
Even though
why I don't put
I
it
know
on,
they're playing really well right now, and they might be the best team in the NFC, really. And I hate to say that because I hate the Cowboys, but to me, they haven't been.
if they could play like yesterday,
really been
yes.
the same since Jimmy Johnson was there.
No, they haven't.
Because Jimmy knows football.
So yeah, on face, yes, I get what you're saying. Unfortunately, I long for the days where he forgets that he's married. And he runs up his hand up a 25-year-old blonde skirt again in his luxury box.
Yeah.
That to me doesn't equate. Oh, he's the problem.
Well, we all know Jerry. We all know Jerry's done some bad things.
Mike McCarthy's a puppet at Jerry Jones. We know this. Just like
Victor
Jason Garrett was.
Victor.
Oh yeah, the Bears.
Victor.
Barry Switzer was the biggest puppet of all of
the
them.
McCaskey
Wait a
group of the
minute.
Bears. That definitely rings true.
What's the problem with Bears ownership? Victor, your last two words should answer your question.
Bears without the comma ownership.
How in the world? I don't get the Bears thing because she is George Halas's daughter.
I don't get that either. I would think I would think she would understand how important football was to her father.
Yeah, but given how everything has been, and given how they broke up a potential dynasty beginning in 1986,
and now they're trying to move out of Chicago to the burbs.
Arlington
Don't do that.
Heights. They're.
You said this to
I'm
me
gonna hate
off air.
I'm gonna hate myself for this. I'm gonna hate myself for this. I'm really gonna hate myself for this. But Cole, my eyes are closed, but I want you to push a button and show everyone the reason why the stadium situation is in the shambles that it's in.
All right, prepare everybody.
Ugh.
This
You don't like the mayor, huh?
Person, hell no. Not no,
What
but
did she do
hell
to you?
no.
What did she do to you?
What did she ever do to you?
Shut up, playmaker. In answer to both of your questions, she has not a clue of the sports scene in Chicago.
No, she doesn't.
Not a clue. Because
that's weird since it's a sports town and she's the mayor of said town.
I rest my case.
Like you should know that going in.
I rest my case.
You got an NFL
Victor
team,
backs
an
you up.
NBA team, an NHL team,
NHL team too,
and two
MLB teams.
Two MLB teams.
Two Major League Baseball teams. And Victor Locke, she doesn't care because the team is
and a
now
WNBA team.
Yep. Who
and
won
an
a
MLS
championship?
team.
Who recently won a championship?
Yep.
Who recently won a championship? Victor Locke, she doesn't care because the team is now just a trinket to talk about during tea parties. Ain't that the truth?
Oh, so it's not that she's in comic.
Well, since Cole did it already, I'll get to it now.
Just a minute.
Spirits of evil.
Quiet. That's my cue. Now, Jay, you're going to hear something, and you're going to hear a lot of groans in the audience. But Victor started this.
Here we go.
And it's a point that we hammer home a lot about Uncle Foot.
No, like that, Uncle Foot.
Here we go. Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed body to Uncle Rory, the ever Oh, Jesus. All right, it's over. Stop. Stop.
I told you, Looney Tune.
This is, and Jay, this should answer your question. She's the mayor of Chicago, the third largest market in the country. And I love you, Andrew, for that. And doesn't know a doggone thing about the pulse of her sports teams.
Well, then stay out of the business then.
Don't do it.
Thank you.
Let your business people handle it if you don't know.
It got summoned. That's all I can say. It got summoned.
And I will take partial blame to that. Jay Spivey joining us here on the program, talking sports. You know,
I got a question for Mr. Spivey.
And the question is,
what will the football committee do? College football playoff committee do? Because guess what? It's that week. It's that week.
Well,
Ohio State and Michigan got to play.
Yeah,
I'm of the mind
Michigan's
where
gonna get drilled.
they should have expanded this 2 years ago during COVID and blew it.
Yes,
I'm not
that
surprised
was
they
the
didn't
perfect. That was the perfect time to expand the college football.
And now we're
playoff.
going to wait at least another year or two before they do this.
We're going to wait at least 3 years.
Now I know they're not going to do this, and I know there's a lot of whining about this. But in my opinion, they should go to 16, not 12, not 8.
Thank you. I've said that too.
If Division One AA and Division Two,
which starts this weekend, so that's only a week difference.
Yes.
That's only a week difference.
If the Division One AA and Division Two,
they play 5 rounds
and have a 5-round playoff and pull it off successfully,
easily.
They pull it off successfully every year. Why can't the big boys follow that simple model?
Forget about the bowls.
I think you know why.
Forget about the bowls. Do you know how much money is involved with this if they did this right?
Oh, Cole gave me the perfect song.
And I don't think it's really going to matter anyway. I think the best team in the country is by far Georgia. It's not even close, in my opinion.
It's not close to me. Yeah. It definitely is Georgia. They
but
the best
4
team
teams is not enough.
No.
4 teams is not enough.
4 teams is not enough. Especially when you have many of these programs that want to have more of the share of the big pie.
What was the song Cole? What was the song Cole was just humming a moment ago?
Oh, are we going? Money.
Is it this one?
Money.
Actually, it's this one.
That's right. That's right.
Ka-ching.
That bass
And I'm gonna let this play.
That bass line is awesome.
And my second question: did South Carolina save the world from knocking off Tennessee?
Oh, I think Tennessee would have made it had they not lost Saturday. But they're out now.
Yes,
yeah. If they ran questions, Tennessee would have made it. If they ran the table, they would have.
Because they're not keeping the SEC team out who's that close.
No,
they're not going to do that.
No, they're not.
No.
They're not.
And I'm sorry, these people are talking about Clemson. No, Clemson should not be in the equation.
Clemson has no business.
The ACC
Clemson laid
is
too
so
big of
bad.
an egg. They laid too big of an egg.
They have no business being anywhere near the college football playoff.
They laid too big of an egg.
They laid 2 big ass eggs. One of them in South Bend, Indiana. Again.
The team who people are going to complain about if they do win this, and that's a big hit, is if LSU beats Georgia in the SEC championship.
You stole my thunder, Jay, because if they run the table, meaning if they beat Georgia in the SEC championship, I think
they're not staying home. They're not.
I think they will be in.
LSU's in. If they beat Georgia, LSU's
we will
in.
We will see 2 SEC teams in the CFP yet again,
and we got our first championship game.
And
already decided.
I think you're probably going to have the winner. If LSU wins, that'll be LSU Georgia. Mm-hmm. Then the winner of Ohio State Michigan
will be.
And then probably if Southern Cal wins out, they'll probably get in.
What about TCU?
TCU is in a horrible conference.
It's
they've been squeaking by the last couple weeks.
But if they beat us undefeated,
well, no. TCU's in a horrible conference. However, TCU's in a horrible conference. However, they are undefeated. I think if they stay that way, they will fall down over a 1-loss USC team.
I'm thinking the way that the committee thinks.
Again, it's money.
No, the way the committee thinks,
they want that.
If you're undefeated and you're a conference champion, you're in.
They want the big time champion. Okay, they want the big time conference champion. But I will throw a monkey wrench into this with this question because Jay mentioned USC. And the way and them beating UCLA puts them a step closer, and they have their spot in the Pac-12 championship game. I'm going to say it correctly. They're the Pac-10 championship game.
Yeah.
Oh, you're discounting Utah and Colorado.
I'm discounting Utah and Colorado.
Well, Colorado.
Utah had the opportunity, but they lost to Oregon.
Utah messed up.
Yeah. Utah messed
up.
Utah messed them own selves up, and they messed up the Pac-12/10 by beating USC.
Mm-hmm. Now, what if Oregon threw a monkey wrench into this?
No, actually, the committee would love to have Oregon in there.
Do they get that?
They
Do they get that fourth spot over TCU?
The only team from the Pac-12 getting in the Southern Cal.
Yeah, USC.
But
I don't think they're going to get in because I can't see TCU losing. But
if TCU stays undefeated, they get in there because you undefeated and you're a conference champion.
Yeah.
And they value that a lot. Undefeated and conference championship.
But we've seen it before. We've seen it before. Back in the BCS era, there were not one but two teams that ran the table and won their conference and didn't get a sniff of the BCS championship. Who were those two teams? TCU and Boise State.
But TCU's ranked number 4. They're not going to lose that spot, despite how they looked last week. They still.
I am thinking.
Playmaker,
I get it. Playmaker, I get it. Playmaker, I get it. I do.
No, guys. Southern Cal's going to jump them tomorrow night. I guarantee they are.
They're not.
You know what? I think Jay's right.
Southern Cal's going to jump them tomorrow night.
As unfortunate as it is,
TCU did not play well Saturday, and Southern Cal
didn't. Michigan didn't either. They ain't finna jump Michigan.
USC really didn't play well Saturday.
No, because they're in a bit. They're not going to. Nobody. They want the hype for this weekend. They're not going to drop Michigan.
Exactly, but that's my point. They gonna recognize the fact that if you gonna sit here and say Michigan ugly and TCU ugly, they both get to stay their spot.
But USC didn't play all that well either.
Guys, don't discount this. Where's the national championship this year?
LA.
Correct.
It's in SoFi. Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Correct.
It's at SoFi.
Now we saw how badly it drew when they played in Santa Clara a couple years ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think they would like to have Georgia against Southern Cal in LA?
They would, but here's why I go with you. If USC can get past Notre Dame, because there's gonna be a ring versus ring matchup, and TCU stumbles, whoever they playing against, I can't remember at the top of my head right now. USC's getting it because for some reason Notre Dame decided to find themselves.
I don't want USC.
Notre Dame can kiss USC. Notre Dame can kiss
mine too. I hate Notre Dame. I absolutely abhor Notre Dame.
But guess what? Notre Dame can screw everything up this weekend.
I know.
Notre Dame can screw everything up this weekend. Walk in the Coliseum.
Notre Dame plays USC this weekend.
And is that the Coliseum?
Yes. Notre Dame and USC play.
And it's
at the Coliseum. At the Coliseum.
Yeah. It's at home for USC.
Now,
yeah.
So what if 2012 happens again, and Notre Dame goes to the Coliseum? Although I don't see it with this team, and beats USC.
Oh, hell's breaking loose.
Oh, and playmaker TCU hosts Ohio State. I mean, Iowa State. I'm sorry.
Oklahoma. Iowa State.
Oh, they should win that. They should win.
They're gonna roll Iowa State.
They should win that one. So pretty much,
and it's
USC has to win.
It's in Fort Worth. Yes,
it's in Fort Worth.
USC can't have no let. USC has to beat Notre Dame.
I don't think they will.
Yeah. And then they have to win the Pac-12 championship.
And they have to win the Pac-12 championship, which they will face.
Don't forget, it's not on Saturday; it's on Friday.
It's on Friday. Right. Yeah, and if I'm right, gentlemen, and chat, help me out. I believe they would face Oregon.
As of right now, yes. Right.
Yes.
Right now.
I believe they would face Oregon, and I believe
Oregon doesn't have an easy test. Oregon doesn't have an easy test themselves. They're going into the Civil War at Corvallis.
Yeah. They played their Civil War,
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah, they're in Corvallis. So if Oregon handles business in Corvallis, it's Oregon and USC for the Pac-10 championship.
Yeah,
and they play that. If I'm right, they play that in Las Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they move the? Final question.
Why why? Again, Cole, tell him why they moved it. Tell him, Cole.
As soon as that stadium got built,
I get the point.
As soon as that stadium got built in Vegas, they went straight there.
Yeah, they did. They did. This is what I get for being a couple years out of the loop with college football with so much turbulence going on.
There is so much money in college football. That's why they need to expand it to 16 teams.
It's not even funny.
They could expand. You really want to throw a monkey
And
wrench?
this is why
and they will expand it to 16.
They could expand this to 20. They could expand this to 20. They could expand this to 24 and make it a full 5-week playoff. They could expand this to 24 and be done with it.
Playoff?
Okay, Jim Mora. Playoff? You kidding me? Playoffs?
One of their biggest hurdles is
another game.
Let me see.
Which is my wife's favorite quote from Jim Mora. Jay Spivey joining us here on the program, talking all sorts of football, including college football. Do the right thing and expand to 24. Forget 8 or 12. Double it to 24 and give some teams a chance. Thank you, Jay, very much. We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Have a good Thanksgiving. Out of here.
You too, brother. You have a wonderful Thanksgiving, man.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
They're not going to 24.
Ryan McCarthy had a great quote when he said, TCU deserves to be in the CFP if they win out. However, the elite hated when the riffraff crashed the party.
Which that actually is to Jay's point. Yeah.
Cincinnati, anyone?
Boise State earlier,
Boise
of course.
State.
No, Boise State. Boise State never got in.
Of course, Central Florida. Yeah.
Central Florida ran the damn table.
Twice. Back-to-back seasons. They ran the table back-to-back seasons.
They ran the table twice. They gave UCF a consolation prize
of New Year's Day 6 bowl.
Of a New Year's 6.
And smack Auburn.
And they beat Auburn's ass.
Beat them down. Yeah.
They kicked Auburn's ass.
You know what saved them? They did it again the following year, and LSU put it out in overtime. That's what saved them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. I got to find something and I got to play something, and I don't have it. Yes, I do. Folks, we're going to close with these final 20 minutes or part of 20 minutes, and you'll see the segment in its entirety on the Thanksgiving special. This is an LJPN special presentation.
Oh, yes.
Good job, by the way. Oh, dear God. Where you found this? That's right there. That's right there.
I was looking for the churchiest thing I could find. I love that. Yes. Welcome to the 65th Tabernacle Apostolic Pentecostal Methodist Catholic Baptist Church of the Chicken Wing, but we also know it as the City Fifth. And I am your preacher. My name is the Right Reverend Dr. Cardinal Bishop Pastor Deacon Winston Aloysius Jenkins.
I'll stop there.
What in the blue hell was that?
I'm sorry, Playmaker. What did you say?
What was that?
Oh, I gotta.
And Ray sends his regard.
I'm about to go full the ring, the walk.
Just a minute.
Your preacher. My name is the Right Reverend Dr. Cardinal Bishop Pastor Deacon Winston Aloysius Jenkins.
Wait for it.
That got me.
What in the blue hell is wrong with you?
I'll stop there because Thursday I'm gonna have the entire 22 minutes in the best of program. Y'all know what Wednesday is, and we are off the. Let's prime the pump for Wednesday because Wednesday we're gonna go off the freaking rails.
You're welcome, Victor.
Sexual confessions all day. That's all day Wednesday.
What confessions? He ain't anything playing.
That's why we're doing it. Thank you, Cole, for bringing the city fifth life. See, you know what? You know what's bad though.
And the crazy part is,
wait a
people
minute.
gonna think you saying city, but it's city.
Wait a minute. I played part of that,
mm-hmm.
and my wife heard the preacher's name, turned and looked at me and went, "What?" Victor confessed to me that when the Brother Love theme began to play, he was in tears laughing.
Freaking Looney Tune, man. Damn.
Wait a minute. Wait. I think the part of
mm-hmm.
the third that set me adrift.
He said the whole name. Long pause.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The third. What? Hold on.
Wait a minute. But Winston Aloysius Jenkins. Wait a minute. How the hell do you have?
We got doctor, we got bishop, we got reverend.
Would you say the full Cole? Close this out by saying the full name, please.
Oh Lord,
please.
Yes,
I'm gonna regret it, but say it, please.
Yes, the name of the bishop for the city. Yes, is the Right Reverend Dr. Cardinal Bishop Pastor Deacon Winston Aloysius Jenkins.
He's a pastor, he's a reverend, he's a bishop, he's a doctor.
The Right Reverend Dr. I won't even try to repeat that.
He took every title known to a pastor, scrunched it together.
It's like I said, when the LJPN first premiered, he took 20 years of all the tropes about him and effectively squashed it down to 7 minutes. Since those 7 minutes debuted, it has expanded to the point where last Wednesday, I look down at my notes, I look up and I see that purple damn screen, the LJPN special presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to voice it. I couldn't help it.
So this is what I missed.
You know,
yes.
you know to be
yes.
I know what I'm going to add to it.
Don't add
because we got to have the city fifth back Wednesday.
Oh Lord.
It's
Don't
got
add to
it's
it.
no, I have to. There's a sound that I have to add to it. There is a sound that I have to add to it, and I already know what that sound is. So we got to have a pre-Thanksgiving special.
No, that's City Fifth sermon.
City Fifth. And the one that you threw out last Wednesday. Third.
It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The one you threw out. Disqualifiers from critiquing you know who.
That was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever ran across.
You showed it to me. Wait a minute. You showed it to me. You showed me a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I got to have the whole list. And you sent me the whole list. And I walked away from my computer for an hour. I got out. I went in my truck. I went and ran errands. And I came back.
So Playmaker,
and that sum was still up there.
So Playmaker, when you see the list that I sermonized Wednesday, know that the list that was sermonized was verbatim. When you see the text, that was verbatim. I did not change a word.
Nope. That was verbatim.
And I knew then, I was like, okay, I could do the Ray bit, but I'm like, nah, there has to be a sermon. This has to be city fitized. I mean, city fifized.
City fifized.
Our man for
and not a sermon, but a sermon.
All right, let me go ahead and go to Wednesday. Put aside 20 minutes. That's gonna be gone for me, and I ain't gonna be able to get that.
Wait till you see the first one. That's all I gotta say. Wait till you see the first one.
Oh, it's a sermon.
It's a sermon.
That means I can't say nothing.
Okay, wait a minute. Playmaker. The first sermon is already up on the YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a very you like wrestling, but there is a very familiar theme.
No, my God. See, when you first say list, a certain wrestler came to my head, and I'm like, please don't let it be him. Please don't let it involve him in this one. Now
like I said, there is a very, very familiar theme that played in the background.
I knew.
I even invoked Fresh Prince and Jazz being thrown out.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was great with that.
All I will say is you need to watch the full 20 minutes. And Cole, I caught your point about the sound I played at the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, I need to learn how to flop.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I caught the shade.
Yes.
And
you timed it so beautifully because I was expecting that.
I warmed it up twice.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
Ryan,
let me play into it.
Up twice.
I was like, yeah, let me play into it. So when I did it, I was like, that was perfect.
Yes, that was perfect.
That was perfect.
And I'm gonna encourage Playmaker right now. Playmaker, you need to go watch it. It's on the YouTube page.
I put it this way. When Wise saw it, the first words he said to me after he saw it was, he says, "You was a D fool.
You a damn fool." All right. Enough overtime. We're getting out of here. I have some highlights to cut. Tonight on the YouTube channel as well as Twitch, I will have a live play-by-play reaction with the 49ers and the Cardinals. Stop in, have a chat, and yes, it is a fundraiser. Will there be a stewardship sermons? Ryan?
Yeah, we are not having a building fund.
Oh, yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are.
Question: What is the about for the city building fund?
I'll let y'all know that Wednesday. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, the city fifth will. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
That's sad. Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.